Productions coming to you one more time. This is a drawing that I made, and also I'm going to be using Dollar Tree picture frames and foam board, and I'm going to add glue to the picture frame to be able to seal it at the corners. Make sure you put a generous amount. For you to get a very good grip of it, you have to add a permanent glue to it. So in this case, I had to use the quick grip glue that I used, and then I had to add a little bit of the hot glue to it. So with this centerpiece, you realize that when you don't put too much glue, it's not gonna stick, and then for it to be able to work accordingly, I had to leave it for a while. Then again, I had to go and spray the centerpiece when everything was done. This is more of making a box with the picture frames from the Dollar Tree. This was 5 by 7, as you can see from the picture frame. So this is going to be used in making a baby shower DIY. So I'm gonna glue onto the top a foam board that I pre-cut for the same measurement so it can fit through, and then I can get access to be able to put in the floral foam. So when the measurement is not very accurate, you just have to, cut it out, put some glue, and try to fit it to see if it's gonna fit the hole. If it doesn't, you just have to cut a little bit and make sure it fits all through. So I'm cutting a little bit more. So as I try to push in the foam board, I can see that it's okay now. So I try to put in the glue, then take it out a little bit, and then put the glue on the side. Then I can push the foam board in to make sure it sticks very well. As it has stick perfectly, alright, I just have to go and spray paint the finished product. Then it will take some time, because normally when you spray the centerpiece, it takes a while for it to dry. So I'm gonna leave it for about between 8 and 10 hours before I go and touch it, because I don't want my hands to be on it. So in this part, I'm gluing the foam boards that I had cut 5 by 7 inches together so I can form a box. And I'm using my hot glue to glue the sides so I can have a fix on it. After it is fixed properly, like a keyboard or a box, I have to glue the side, the top on it. So I just had to cut and measure. This one was, I believe, about 5 inches. It wasn't up to 7, just to be able to get a perfect cube. So I put the hot glue all around the corners. Then I set the cardboard on it to make sure it glues. Most of the times when you're working with the hot glue and you're not careful, you get hot burns, so you have to be careful. I know you know already if you are always using the craft. Now with the top, I had to put a foam board and then put a gemstone on it just to be able to see if I can have like a box with the top on it. So the next step is to cut the Dollar Tree gift bags so I can glue them on the box so I can have the different texture and color on the box. I had to cut 5 by 7 just like the pieces that was cut already. Because this one was a box, this one was a gift bag already, I had to cut the side so I get an opening just like that so I can just squish it in, and it was pretty the easy way out. I didn't want to just cut them bits by bits and then glue them. But when I cut it this way, it was easier for me to just glue the side and then get another piece 5 by 7 to just put on top of it, so it becomes a nice fix. So with the glue being put on, I had to cut one piece of 5 by 7 inches to just glue on top of it to color it to get a nice cube of 6 sides. As I put the glue, you have to make sure your glue is put on generously. And then I had to make sure I push the inside. I cut the sides and then put some glue to affix the sides of the Dollar Tree gift bag in the corner for the box decor looking so brilliantly beautiful. I love it. So this side is just to cut the measurement for the top to cover it. Reason why I chose to do it this way is, since it's becoming like a box or a chest, it can be used to do some other thing. Other times you can use it as a container that can be used in another way. When trying to put it on, I realized I cut the hole too small, and when putting it in, it just wouldn't go through well. So I had to take the top off and then glue it one more time, cut the sides, and then put it on, with the glue being at the corners and with the wrap, the gift bag being put at the corners. I had to cut the extra sides off so it stays firm and laid down. After the sides were put on and everything was intact, I just had to add more glue and make sure all the sides had secured firmly. After the sides were secured firmly, I then glued back the gemstone that I put on top to aid the opening and closing of the box or chest. This is the next day when I came back right after the box that I sprayed was already dry. Then I decided to shoot another video putting everything together. In this case, I had to put stones that I got from the Dollar Tree to put in the box so the box can be stable and strong and firm. So whilst you have the stones in it, whatever type of the cord design that you decide to put on top of the box is perfectly okay. You can either put a flower foam and then glue the flowers on, or you can even make some balloons and put it on. In this case, I decided to use flowers for the top. So as I glued the Dollar Tree square foams that I got, I cut it into two and then I glued it on top of the box. Now I'm gonna put on my floral arrangement. This part typically depends on you. You don't have to do it the same way as I do mine. You can even scatter it. It's just an arrangement that you're making to your preference. So anyway, anyhow that you do it, provided you don't leave holes in it. If you want the leaves to show, you can just let the leaves show.